Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper and I'm here with Scrapbook Boutique today, and it's time for yet another challenge, and this is the mood board, and it's the theme is yellow. So I have this new set to me called Birthday Chicks. It's an MFT set and it is uber cute. I just adore these little chicks. And originally I was going to do a real clean and simple card, you know me, clean and simple, but I was going to do Copics on white cardstock, and I think this would have looked really nice like that, but I have been wanting to do some colouring on Kraft for a while now, and when I was looking at the mood board, there were some of the scenes had sort of this muted or ground in the background, and I thought the Kraft worked really well with that. And then the idea grew a little, and I decided it would be fun to do some no line colouring, or light line colouring, really. There isn't, like, there's no lines, there's very light lines, they're hard to see. So I have used an Ultra New ink to stamp out my images, and I did mask off one of the images so that it looks like it's in the foreground. And the ink that I used was called Sand Dunes. So I can see it. It is difficult for you to see, and you really aren't going to see any of these lines by the time I'm finished colouring today, because the pencil will basically be covering them up. But it is easy enough to see to do the colouring, but I do have the packaging off to the side so that I can see the details as well. I've decided to sort of just highlight on my images first where the light is going to be hitting. I've got my light source from the right, and I'm doing that by just coming in with my white pencil first, and that way I can kind of work up my shading from there. I don't know if that's backwards or not, but it's what was working for me today. I have got a piece of Kraft cardstock off to the side that I do test my colours out on. I'm using my Polychromos pencils today because I don't use them very often, and I have realised that I don't, even though I have like the set of, I think it's about 64 or something like that, I don't have a lot of the lighter colours, especially when it comes to blues and things like that. So I did have to use my white pencil to sort of lighten up some of the images, or some of the colours I should say. So these work very much like Prismacolor pencils, although they are an oil-based pencil, not a wax-based pencil. I do tend to go for my Prismas more because I have a better colour range in those, and I'm more used to using them, and they are softer to use. And I think I actually did press a little bit heavily on my pencils here in this picture, but that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, is practicing and having fun, and I do enjoy colouring. Initially I was going to add my shading with the purple pencil that you see me using here, and I did change my mind and come in with the greys and the black instead. Although when I look at the finished image, I think the purple, actually I could have gone with that. And I don't know why I chose purple, I just thought it would work well for a shading. I like purple for shading on my images. And I will leave you with the colouring now. There is a giveaway over at my blog, so you can head through the link description below, and that'll give you details on how you can enter the scrapbook challenge as well for all the residents from Australia and New Zealand. It's open to residents from there, so I look forward to seeing you there, and I'll be back very soon when all of the colouring is done. Now you may have noticed that I did decide to add a balloon. I did forget to actually stamp. I was originally planning on adding the balloon, but forgot to stamp this initially when I did my stamping out. So I came in and added that image as well as some shading to all to the ground, to ground my images. My sentiment's from the same set, and I've heat embossed that with some white ink. I did use my Misty because I didn't want to have to stamp it or start again. Used my ATG to attach my panel to the front of my card, and finally added some Doodlebug. This is some white, lily white twine. It's quite a soft twine, but it's a nice bright white, which is hard to get in a twine. And that's my finished card for today. I look forward to seeing you back here real soon. Till then, happy paper crafting. Bye.